So I tried Burberry Body EDT and I was not keen on it. It wasn't for me, it was too sharp. This right here, does it say if it's an EDT or an EDP? I'm assuming that this is oh, there we go, EDT. So this is Burberry Body Tender, a little miniature, an EDT, and it is 4.5 ml. I got this from Direct Cosmetics. They've got a few little mini Burberrys, so I thought I'd try some. This, I'm in love with this little miniature. It is so cute. Look at that. It's a perfect tiny little bottle, a little recreation of the Burberry body bottles. Now, one of the things I think I loved so much, and one of the reasons I was so tempted to get Burberry Body EDT, was because I absolutely love these bottles. I think they're so pretty. I really like them a lot. But I smelt the... I blind bought the EDT of the original Burberry Body, and I really liked the smell when it dried down on my skin, but sadly it gave me a headache, and it is quite sharp. The wormwood in it is quite unusual. Please excuse my phone. And so I was like, I'm going to try Tender. It's literally called Tender, so let's see if that's accurate. And I feel like this might be the best version of the Burberry bodies, because it is more tender, it's more gentle, it's got it's really kind of tricky to describe. It's very similar, in my opinion, to the EDT of Burberry Body, but it's gentler, and when it dries down, I think it has more of a floral quality than the others. But it has to dry down for quite a while. I think you get the appleiness, and you get the gentleness from the tea, but it's not as sharp. There's kind of less lemon, there's less of the tartness from that apple. I think there's more vanilla, there's more amber, it's warmer. It's just kind of I think it's just a little bit more gentle, just generally. So the notes in the Burberry Body Tender are wormwood, apple, lemon and peach in the top notes. Middle notes rose, tea, jasmine and sandalwood. Base notes musk, cashmere, wood, amber and vanilla. So I'm quite happy to have this little bottle, because I will actually try this out, maybe when it's a bit chillier, just to not risk getting a mega headache, to see whether this one works better for me. I mean, this will be a perfectly decent size for me, because even if I like it, it's probably not something I would wear all the time, because the wormwood is quite unusual. But I was really sad that the EDT gave me a headache, so I'm hoping that this one, because it's a kind of softer, warmer, slightly sweeter, less sharp, less kind of, it's got less of a white wine vibe to it, maybe more of a kind of sweet rosé or something, this one. If I look at the votes on the notes here, I want to see what people are saying. Wormwood's at the top, followed by rose, then followed by apple, followed by lemon, and then the tea and the musk. So yeah, that's probably about right. Whereas I think in the other one, it was very much, the EDT is like wormwood, apple, and then it's got their kind of sharp fruits at the top as well. So I'm not sure. It's very similar. They're very similar, and I imagine that the EDP is very similar as well. But I think I'm not sure if I might be one of the few people who thinks that this is the nicest one, because the reason that it took me a little while was because I wasn't really sure, because some people were being a bit rude about it. But actually, yeah, someone said it's too sour, but to be honest, I think this is the least sour of the bodies. I think maybe all the bodies are just a bit sour. Fruity, musky, slightly sour rose, but fresh cut roses, I think that's about right. Woodworm, interesting. Almost in the same category as SJP's Lovely. Now that's interesting, because actually I can understand that comparison, more so actually for the EDT than for this Tender version, because I think this Tender version is probably slightly less sour than Lovely, but and it has a slightly gentler and more floral dry down, it's not quite as musky, but I can see that comparison actually. Yeah, this is more floral. There's more rose. Sniffing it from the bottle, there is actually quite a lot of rose. Yeah, it's I'm really chuffed that I got this little one, because I'm gonna have to sell the big EDT eau de toilette that I have, because it just didn't work for me. But this guy, this tiny, so cute, this little guy, I'm going to keep hold of this. I'm going to give it a go, because I think that's going to do me nicely. You know, I think that's all I need really.